Hey everybody, welcome to the Pink Riot Comic Show where we talk all things comics, movies, pop culture written by black and brown folks. I am Keisha, aka the Hot Havoc, and I'm here with my amazingly, brilliantly talented co-host, Bree. How you doing, babe?
Hey, hi. Howdy do? How are you?
I'm getting there.
Feel that?
I had a rough week, but then I ended up watching Wonder Man and it just made me feel really good. I'm stressed out.
Yes! This makes me so happy because literally, like, I told you I binged it in one sitting. And as I was watching it, I was like, ooh, I just know Keisha's gonna love this.
Yeah, it's a really, really, really good, really deep movie. I was not expecting this from Marvel.
That's
Very
what I was, that was
impressed.
another. Okay, so now that, wait, which episode are you on, babes?
I just finished episode 3,
Okay, okay,
and I
okay,
had to
okay.
stop myself. I had to stop myself to not go into 4 and be late.
That's fair. That's totally fair. I what I love most about Wonder Man is that it's still a super powered person show, but that's not what the
Yeah,
show is about. It's like everything he has going on gets kind of exacerbated by this inconvenience that is his powers. But at the root of it, it's really about him and his family situation and trying to like figure out how he's going to move forward in life and the best way to go about his craft. And so, yeah, it's
yes.
just, yeah.
I want to karate chop his brother in the throat real quick,
Like,
but
what is your deal, my guy? Like,
he
ugh,
just has. But I love the conversation around an actor, the role of an actor in society and in, not necessarily entertainment, but just, you know, how it impacts the person, the community, all of that. I really am loving that conversation and just like the random Shakespearean quotes. I'm like, oh, I know these. This is cool.
love that for you. Catching Shakespearean quotes was not a part of my experience, but I love that for you. Um, but yeah, it's definitely a good time, and
Yeah.
I can't wait till you finish so we can talk spoilers. But yeah, if you guys haven't already watched Wonder Man, it is super bingeable. The characters are very endearing. You automatically feel like, I'm just coming along for the ride with the homie or whatever.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's just beautifully done. And
It
anybody
is.
who didn't like Wonder Man, it was because they went into it going, "Oh, I want this to be just like all of the early aughts Marvel shows and movies," and that's not what this
Mhm.
is. So,
At all, and to be honest, they should have saw that because it's not just from Marvel, it's from Marvel Spotlight, and anytime I see, like, Marvel Spotlight or something different, I'm like, "Okay, y'all took a different path on this," like,
yeah. Yeah. It's
and
giving the
this
same thing of like you know how for Far Sector it wasn't just DC, it
Mhm.
was
Wild Animal,
yes, like that type
mhm,
of energy, like
yeah,
I don't know, maybe they feel like they have the space in the room to go deeper or go in a different direction when it's not just like a full steam ahead title. So yeah.
facts.
Ooh,
I
Braybern says I'm on episode 3 as Sam won't let us binge watch it.
No, you must, like, after this, we all go watch episode 4,
Period.
and yeah, we're gonna be talking about it in the chat.
Yeah, tell Sam I just want to do hood rat things with my friends. Okay.
Mm.
Okay, let's say what's up to the other people in the chat. Doo dee doo dee doo. Hey,
LT.
hey, LT. Yes, coverfished. Today's topic
Coverfish.
is it's gonna be a bit of a time because this is like one of our biggest icks in the
Yes.
comic book industry is getting coverfished, and we've talked about it like a little bit from time to time, but today we're getting in the grits because things are getting
Yeah.
out of hand.
Yeah.
Says, "Oh, the shelves are shelving this week, baby. This is a different angle of the room. This is where you get me when I literally like hopped off of a patient call and ran to StreamYard so that I wouldn't be late. So yeah, the
Yes,
background is
yes.
definitely different. What up, Bama? Hey,
How's up,
Brayburn.
Bama? Bray Bray.
Brayburn
What's
is
up?
loving Wonder Man also.
Hey, hey,
Hey,
what's up?
Altegalon. Oh, where'd I go?
Oh,
Yes, Bama. I watched all of it too.
yeah.
Binged
Wonder
it all
Man
the way.
is so good so far. I'm really, really excited about it. Like,
Bama said weeks ago. Yes, as did I. But
yeah,
we're giving Havoc some grace
look,
because
I don't watch TV that
yes.
often, and when I do, it's a comfort show, okay? I watch the same show, okay?
Yeah.
So,
I've
it
been
takes
bugging Havoc. I have been bugging our girl Hot Havoc to watch this show because I binged it the night it came out. Like we weren't playing about this. So,
Yeah,
and have rewatched it twice since then. And I'm just like, I'm not even going to press her because I know when she does watch it, she's going to love it and we'll just talk
yeah.
about it then. But yeah, if you guys, I had the pleasure of being on New Blurred Orders show. They had Bashir, the gentleman who plays Wonder Man's dad in the show, on, and we
Mm.
got to ask him some fun questions, and he was a hoot and a half. So if you get the chance, go check out New Blurred Order and peep that episode to catch the vibes over there as well, because we love them over there. Oh, where'd I go? Hi, Jana.
Hey, hey, Jenna.
What up? What up? What
Oh,
up?
oh, how you doing, my love? No, that's Regine.
Hey, Regine. Let's see. What are we? Okay.
I
Bama
think we
says
get everybody.
understandable.
Yeah.
Yes. Jana says
Sheena.
Wonder Man was good, but it was no Ironheart. And that is
I think
absolutely
they
true. It is apples and oranges, if we're being
yeah.
honest.
I was about to
So
say
I
it's
wouldn't
it's
I
2
wouldn't
different
compare them, but they
yeah,
would both go in my I have rewatched them because I love them series. So there's that.
yeah. And Sheena's here.
Yee, hey Sheena. I love it. We can't really
Yeah.
start the show until Jana says, "Hey, podcastresses," because
Yeah.
it's like
We a
rolling out the red
podcast now.
carpet. That's what it feels like every time Jenna says that. I love it. Yeah.
But,
Period.
going back to what LT said, yeah, we definitely got coverfished. So Imma explain it because
Yeah, go
this
ahead
is
and give y'all see what
definitely
had happened was.
see
Wait,
what
can
had
I
happened
set the
was
scene
yes,
because
you can, you absolutely can. Go
just for
ahead.
context, y'all, when we have it set up now within our Patreon so that our amazing subscribers, shout out to y'all, we love y'all down, can be more interactive in what we do on our show. So we're trying to transition our question of the week and our Riot review of the month to being like a participation of like nominations that come from our Patreon. So that way you guys are like, we're talking a bit about what we're already reading. We're talking a bit about things that you want to hear about or that you want to hear our takes on. It's
Mhm.
the idea is to build community and let everybody be interactive. However, our Patreon subscribers, I guess y'all just love and trust us so much. You're like, let them pick it. It's fine. So, because it's still very new, we have been just going through our personal libraries. So, for
Mhm.
context, Keisha and I have our Pink Riot meetings regularly. We meet twice a week,
Yeah.
partially because we're besties and we need the time to kiki, but also
No.
partially because we believe in Pink Riot and we want it to do well. So we're planning and things like that.
Right.
Um, so part of
Mm.
so part of that meeting is us going, okay, cool. What are we going to talk about? on this week's episode. If you haven't caught the cadence, our third episode of each month is going to be our Riot review episode. So typically the month prior we'll be like, okay, we only got this many nominations. This is what we want everybody to vote on, how many we want everybody to vote on anyway. So we're both like combing our shelves, like what's something that we haven't read and talked about together.
That
And
is an interesting meeting that y'all need to see one day. We need to
it is
record.
it is chaotic good. And usually hilarity ensues. And this particular time was no different. So it's literally just, and you guys, Keisha's shelves are lovely and organized, and I'm over here like, who knows what we're gonna get going through these shelves. So we usually both try to bring a few, and then we narrow it down to whatever we're gonna vote on. Part of this
Mhm.
process is us playing a game that I created slash coined. Is this author white? I started playing this
Ooh.
with the Be Too Weird Weirdos for my book club because it's centered on science fiction and fantasy by authors of color. So now we also play this game together too when we're trying to pick these books, because the goal of the show, one of the main goals of the show, is to promote QT BIPOC books. Okay, so we're
Mhm.
going through playing Is This Author White? And for this month's selection, it was like I was just showing her books that I was like, I think this might be a white author, but let's just double check because I haven't read this yet.
And
So
we are
now,
usually good. We're usually
yes,
good about
yes,
spotting it before we put it, because it's happened a few times where we're like, all right, there's a black person on this cover. We're going to do this book. And then we'd have to pull it because we find out later that for whatever reason, like most of the team or like the writer is white, right? And
yeah,
that is a hard line that we have. It's a non-negotiable when it comes to Pink Riot. We're here to platform black and brown folks. Traditional indie doesn't matter. So we got our comics and we were real excited. Everybody voted on them. I'm telling you, earlier today is when I was like, all right, let me sit down and read this. Something about it. It's like, I don't know, this ain't reading right. And started to Google. I was like, who is this author? And the author is Ryan K. Lindsay for Everfrost. And while this is a black woman, and this is a story about a black woman, this was written by a white man.
hmm,
And that's when I had to go in the chat, like, hey, I know we already talked about what we're gonna do, but this is the issue. And so yeah, now we are frustrated because this happens so often.
yeah,
And we were like, you know what? We're just gonna have a conversation about this because this is something that you see this conversation in comics, you see this conversation in books also, like in prose and novels and stuff. Like
yeah,
you see it. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. This is a white man. It's
yeah.
it's, it's
Brayburn
and,
says this man's picture is the whitest white man ever.
and he's
And I didn't look it up.
Australian.
So we try to take turns, like being the person to look up the authors, but usually I'm chaotically going through my shelves and it's Keisha doing it.
Yeah.
So I will take responsibility in that I could have been double checking, but I was like, it's fine. And I'm pretty
No,
sure it was a Keisha being like, it's fine. I'm sure she checked.
y
So we will
I had
do
to
better
question
about our
that.
system.
No, I had to question. I was like, "Why was I so comfortable?" Because typically, I'm really good. Like,
She was very
one word
confident, y'all.
yeah, I was like, "Why am I so comfortable saying that this was?" Because I usually don't give that kinda grace. And then I had to look at the imprint, and I was like, "Oh, it's Black Mask." And I think what happened was I automatically assumed that everybody on Black Mask was a Black writer based off of the stories that had came out of there. And that's when I was like, "Oh, I messed up.
And what's
I
funny
messed up
about
big
this
time."
is I got this book when it first came out just because it looked cool. Because let's not get it confused.
Yeah.
The art style is really dope. And I
Yeah.
thought it was a white author, but I was like, it still looks really cool. So I'm just going to give it a chance, like that type of thing, because give us all of the black characters. So when I was talking about them and I mentioned it and was like, yeah, no, but I think there's a white person. And Keisha goes, no, he's definitely black. And I was like, all right,
Awesome.
cool. So, but it happens to the best of us. And that's why we're having this conversation,
It
because
happens
the
so
number of
often.
times that it's been one way or the other way. And then a big part of this is another pet peeve that we have about the comic book industry. Sometimes, like in this case, obviously Brayburn found it very quickly. It's a quick Google will tell you, so that's our bad. But
Yeah.
sometimes trying to find proof or an indication of a creator's background or identity proves to be quite difficult. So, and if
Or
there is a picture of them, it's like an animated character that's like blue or something. And it's like, yeah, okay, you know?
on one hand, I understand that, right? Because that anonymity has been there for centuries, right? Like women
Yeah.
have written under male pen names and all of that, in order to be, seen as equal and stuff like that. And so, like, on one hand, I understand it, right? And it's been necessary for a very long time.
Yeah.
However, in today's day and age, this is it's really complicated to it's a really complicated position to be in, to be like, hey, you need to blow your spot up and your privacy and give all of that up so that I know who you are, right? I feel like I'm intruding on some level for that. Um, but also I need that because I'm not trying to buy certain things. Like I what am I gonna do with this book?
So
I'm
another fun thing about this is that you guys all know that also hilarious. Yes, LT. Oh no, not Everfrost. And yes, I had to give my 5 minutes of context so you guys are right here with us and locked in on what's actually happening. But yeah, we've always talked about how we both have our different styles of collecting.
Mhm.
My collection is not as much of a hard stop when it comes to creators and all that, whatever. I'm very much
Mhm.
like the majority of what I read is authors of color. And if a other story seems cool, it's hand wavy about what I will or what I won't get. But I usually try, if there are a black led character story, I'm always curious and I always want to see more of that. So it's like, especially in comics, it's a lot more common that stuff like that happens. Does that make it
Yeah.
okay? No, but I'm less of a hard stop about being like, I don't want to read that. I don't need it in my library, whatever. Cause I'm like, I'm more chill about it.
And I used to be until I got really pissed with a couple comics.
Yeah.
And actually we have somebody sitting in the back. So I'm what, this woman needs no introduction. She is here with us every third Thursday. She's amazing. Hey, Kara.
Hi, ladies. How y'all doing?
Hey, Bookie Boo. Huh?
Ow.
Meow.
I was like, oh, let me check in some. First of all, did not know there was a show. There wasn't a show on Blur's Eye tonight. So I'm like, the fuck? What's going on? Then I got confused because I'm like, wait, y'all on live. How come I didn't get a link? Oh, everybody's at the town hall. My bad. But cool. I'm going to chill with y'all.
But
Thank
no,
you
we
for
were talking
gracing
about
us with your presence,
right.
Lady Mandalore.
Thank you. It's
So,
always a pleasure to be amongst women of status.
status.
Yeah.
Podcasters unite.
Yes. Ooh.
So just to keep you updated, and we have some people in Instagram. Hey, Sha.
Hi.
We're talking about being cover fish. So going into a comic, looking at the cover and going, oh my god, black person, wonderful, I'm gonna get a black story. And then you find out that not only is this story not really diving into anything authentic about the black identity, but also the writer is white, right?
Hello,
And that
cul-de-sac.
right, it happens so often in comics. Like you see it in the book industry as well, but you can't get away with that too much in the book industry.
No,
Like
bro.
that
Yeah.
gets shut down fairly quickly, but in
Which
comics
is
it's
weird.
very different.
It's
I think
weird
it's
that
because
there's such a clear difference. Like
I think
it's
the
just
difference is recent.
yeah, the different I will say that
Yeah.
there's like I feel like there's a lot more people like who are active in the bookish community who have had something to say about it, if we're being
Yeah.
honest. I think that's really the key difference. There's less people dealing with comics making a fuss about it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
I'm
like
gonna
Which is
it's
say
why we exist.
basically.
do y'all think
Basically.
that's because people, as much as people say that this is not the case, actually have an active imagination and they're okay with
Oh, I
actually
don't
seeing
think
that
let me
versus it being in your imagination. You have this perception of who this is going to be, and there's a connection with the person that's writing this book and his characters, and you trust that they know what they're talking about or the journey that you're going to go on. Where in comics, it's right in front of your face.
I'm gonna say that it's misogyny because if we're being honest, the bookish community is heavily women. That's why you have like
say it.
on the
Mm.
rare
Say it.
situations where you have a man, promoting books in that space, they blow up like in 2 seconds because they're more rare in that space. And women are going to be like, I need it like this. I'm not going to
Yeah.
be quiet about it. I am going to make a fuss, and it makes a difference. Whereas
Yeah.
the comic book industry is very much us having to, be like fanboy fighting, in the words of Fantastic Frankie. I love when she like coined that term for her persona, because it's like
Yeah.
that is so true and legit, because we literally like we talked about this a little bit last week, like walking into a comic shop and getting treated differently. Like, I'm either going to treat you like you don't belong here, you're here for somebody else, or like, oh, I'm going to quiz you because there's no way you're a real fan. And it's like, what does that even mean? Like, who's paying you to do this?
Oh, I remember going into a comic shop. That will not be named because I don't go there no more. Going into and should have been a major fucking red flag. Going into a comic shop, and I asked for a lot of books and backstory on a particular character. It was not Storm, shocker. And they were like, "Oh, well, what do you need all these books for? Are you researching for like a movie? It's for work.
Oh,
It's just for work."
yeah.
Granted, yeah, I was doing research, but also, bitch, I want to know more about the motherfucking character. Like, but tell why. Como.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that the comic book industry, at least a large percentage of the readership, they do lack the imagination. I'm not saying this everybody. I don't want nobody coming for me. Please don't. But I do feel like they lack the imagination to trust something different, something that could potentially be better. Because if they did, they would have questioned why they keep getting the same character done over and over and over. There should have been questions. There should be questions. People should be questioning this constantly. Why are you comfortable giving your money to mainstream comics and they keep giving you the same stuff over and over and over again? What does that say about you as a reader? What does that say about the company? And I feel like nobody is willing to ask those questions because everybody's kind of like insulated themselves in nostalgia and, wanting to be really smart in this one very niche thing. And it's like, if only you would, like, just grow your mind, be better, something. I don't know.
I don't
Is
I don't I don't blame the consumer 100%. I don't blame the consumer 100%. 60, it's like a 60-40 split. Now I'm explain. I'm explain.
okay.
You can only be as successful as the base that you're catering to. If you don't know or feel comfortable that you're going to be successful seeing us with us writing for this particular character, you're not going to take the shot. If there was if they had assurances, they being the comic book companies, that they could be just as, if not more, successful with the majority of their base, this would not be an issue.
But
I
they
do.
have proven that. Look at what's happening with MCU and the fact that they're more diverse stories, they're more diverse movies are the more successful ones of the bunch. We have proven that
I don't I don't trust
we
that.
have
I don't believe that.
proven
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't think it's just
I
diversity. I think it's people in general in the comic book industry craving to
Mhm.
see what they've seen on page more so than anything else. Because a major issue that people that are actual fans of Marvel have is that they don't actually follow the storyline of what's going on. There's a lot of people that are pissed off at the way that they are driving the story in the MCU.
Those movies
What's
aren't
going
for
on
us.
right now is not I'm not in honestly, it's not for me, and it's not because there's a lack of diversity. The stories are trash. The stories are bad. The delivery is bad.
To be clear, that's happening because those movies aren't made for comic book fans. Just like
Oh, for
within the
sure.
book industry, most of those books aren't for avid readers. They want to catch casuals.
Mhm.
If they can
Mhm.
get more butts and seats and more people to just who want to look like they're reading at the airport, just picking it up because it looks cool, that's what they're
Mhm.
going to do. It's not for those of us who are actually fans. I seen that video going around, I want to say that was last year, where they did a compilation of a lot of the directors and producers and people who are like participating in development for Marvel movies and shows, and it's like a reel of all of them saying, "Oh yeah, I didn't read the books. I never read the comics. I
Mhm.
had never even
Mhm.
heard of this character before," because they
Mhm.
intentionally don't want to put fans in those roles because they are afraid that they'll feel married to the source material. So their resolution for that is to put creative people in who have no idea so that they won't it'll still be a surprise, it'll still be a shock, it'll be far from the source material and uniquely its own thing. But then it's like, because of that, they're falling on cliches or predictable things that they would know not to touch had they been familiar with the source material.
Yeah.
So it's
But hear
like,
me, like, okay, so I hear that, but just to, like, go back to, like, cover fish and all that, my reason for bringing that up is we have the opportunity, like, regardless of people's reasons, because people hate watch a lot of stuff, people, whatever
yeah.
their reasons. At the end of the day, there has been success.
Mhm.
And there should be more opportunities for Black characters, Black comic book characters. There should be more opportunities, but we do not have it. Or when we do get them, they are written by white folks who have no idea who we are as a people. And then they write some real vapid shit that puts us back in that loop where it's like, okay, well, we want Black characters, okay, they give us one, but it's genuinely trash because it's inauthentic, and it's it fails in so many ways, and then it fails as a product, and then they say, oh, well, you didn't
You
support
don't read
this,
it.
therefore you're not going to read it, we're not going to give it, and then we complain about it again, and then they do that
Mhm.
cycle all over again. And
It,
I genuinely I find that so frustrating.
but it's because there are people literally in the way of progress, and it's the people that don't understand
That
it's not
part.
a numbers game. It's you need to have a connection with your audience, and the people that are in charge of comics now, I would be shocked if they have picked up a comic since the 1960s. I would be
That's
shocked
embarrassing.
if they've ever picked up a comic at all, because there are a lot of people in everywhere in any industry that you can find that have absolutely no fucking experience with the actual with the culture or the business that they're entering into. Veterinary technician. I hate it here now. I hate it. I hate it here. Hate it here now. Because people come in, and being very general, come in and think, oh, people like pets. People spend, or they figure out or find out by some arbitrary number that people are spending billions of dollars on their animals. Ooh, let me get into that. Let me get into that. Let me see what y'all about. Let me see how I can make a little bit. And that is what is happening in every facet of business I am finding within at least the last 10 years.
1000%.
The people in charge don't want to rock the boat. They want consistent, not just consistent numbers, consistent elevations, increases, profits. It's not about a feeling. It's not about a feeling. It's about numbers, and that shit will fuck you up major in a comic book world, in a reading world, in a reading comprehension world. You will be stuck in a loop forever. No Child Left Behind.
But
yuck.
See, and I guess that's my issue here, because while I understand the numbers and I understand that at the end of the day, it is a business. And this is why I get frustrated when people say, oh, it's not that deep. I'm like, everything is that deep. Because at the end of the day, we are part of this capitalist system. We have to do things to rock the boat. We have to do things so that we don't end up in a worse situation than where we currently are. So like, genuinely, I find it incredibly frustrating. There are so many comics that I picked up wanting to read and being like, oh, this has representation of a Black person in it, a Black queer person, whatever. And it ends up being the most frustrating read I have ever read. I still, with a deep, deep passion, hate Rain from Image Comics. It's one of the few times I've ever like hated a comic that came out of Image. Hate it with every fiber in my being. I will curse anybody out who genuinely enjoys it. I will question your taste. It's that bad. That bad.
Is it the bullet point stereotypes for the character?
Oh, for sure. I wrote a whole essay on it. It's somewhere on my blog. But basically, like, and it's a beautiful cover too. And I've talked about this comic so many times.
Yes.
I hate it with everything in me. But like, the cover of it has like this crystal going through this girl's chest, and it's these two women. One is white, one is a woman of color. And the story is about this rain that, like, this not acid, but it's this rain that like ends up killing people because it like sharpens into like nails or something like that, like crystallized nails, and like pins people down, kills them, right? Yeah. And this book had the potential to be very good because the premise was absolutely wonderful. And then you see the way the writer treated the love interest, who's the woman of color. And she is nothing. She is a device. Her parents are a device. It was so frustrating seeing that in the year of our Lord 2025. Well, I read it in 2025. Like it was like, why should I have to witness that? For what? So you can say that you did something diverse and you had a person of color in your comic? I'd
Look,
rather
I
you
care.
not. Right?
Yeah,
care.
and it'll
Like,
be
I'd rather
titled.
you not.
It'll be titled int- sapphic interracial main character couple. Like, and then you're like,
Exactly.
but that's
Meanwhile,
not.
she dies and she dies in like the first like 5 pages maybe of the first issue, and then she is brought up as a memory for the rest of the series. Her and her parents are a memory that she keeps, like, oh my god, the world is terrible. I remember when these people of color took care of me. She does that for the entire series. I hated it with every fiber of my being. It's one of the worst comics I have ever read. Period.
How do we
And
fix
this
this?
is and it happens
Because
so
what the
often.
fuck?
It's not the first one. Like, Moon Girl in Devil Dinosaur does a version of not that egregious, but like the first series has issues. There are so many comics that do this. That Trish one, there's one where homegirls on skates. I can't even remember the name for it. It just happens so often, and I really I find it frustrating that they constantly choose these white authors to write these stories rather than giving more opportunities to Black writers and writers of color, indigenous writers. Give them more opportunities to write their own stories.
They don't. They do not understand us. So when they do hire somebody that looks like us and comes from outside of their realm of existence, it's a leap of faith. And if you want to go into the reasons why they don't want to take that chance, it's because being honest about the specifically the Black experience is painful for them. So
If we
if
can get
they
a
can,
comic about Harley Quinn farting, you can
but
have a
that's
leap of faith
funny.
about anything.
But that's funny. But I want to be fun. Let's have fun. It's comics, guys. Let's not drag the party down. It's okay if Batman kills Nazis, because Nazis are bad. We know that. We had a whole war about it. But let's not talk about the Nazis probably lynching half of the people down in Gotham who are, people of color that I have yet to really fully see in the books.
Let's get into some of these comments, because there's some
I
pretty good
apologize.
ones.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. BMD Nerd says, depending on the world, like sci-fi or high fantasy, the comic takes place in. I don't mind not. What is it? I don't might
I might
not
not.
need it. I might not need it to dive into the Black identity. And a couple of people are in conversation with that particular comment. LT says, I feel you, BMD Nerd. I don't need every Black sci-fi / fantasy character to be steeped in Black culture, especially if the setting is not on Earth, where race could have a totally different context.
And that's where I'm going to disagree, because a lot of these writers, they place things off of Earth just so you can create that distance and they can do whatever they want. Meanwhile, everything is still racially coded.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is still racially coded. So, like, yeah, they can be like, oh, well, we got these aliens, but these aliens are coded to be someone who, some ethnicity that exists here on Earth. So
You do that in World of War. You do it in World of Warcraft. What is it? It's the orcs versus the humans versus 18 other different species. It's still there. There's still
they
a
still
problem.
create the systems. They still copy and paste the same systems that we have. Well, they may not take an American conflict, they'll take it from somewhere else on this planet. It's still connected. And that's why I also have an issue when people say that sci-fi fantasy is escapist, because it's not. It's definitely, while it does create some distance, the distance isn't for you to ignore what happens here.
Correct.
It's usually almost always so we can think critically about
Correct.
what is happening here.
Correct.
So I'm gonna have to push back on that.
And the reason why they have The reason why they have to have those differences, so it's not a race issue, it's not a black versus white versus Mexican versus whatever issue. It's to be more digestible for white people to understand that racism and oppression is bad. And yet, where the fuck are we today, folks? Where the empire has taken the fuck over. They still don't get it.
Oh, shout out to Shell Simone over on IG. She says romanticy loves a slave trope, and that they do. And that they do. It's just repackaged. And they hope that nobody is willing to walk the extra distance to figure out what's happening.
I'm trying. Y'all got a lot of conversation going on in the chat, but I wanted to make sure that we at least highlighted that particular take because, in terms of, I guess, I understand both sides of it. And for me and my personal collection, that doesn't mean that that's all that I'm going to read, but it does make me more aware of the nuances in representation and what that means for me as a reader, as a consumer, as someone who wants more people to see themselves in stories. It's that being the root of it, it gives it a different lens. So while I agree, like, oh, okay, if part of the reason why I identify with this is because I went to a HBCU. I went to Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia. And coming there from living in California and living in Texas and being light-skinned, there's lots of jokes. There's lots of differences in experience. There's lots of different ways to be Black. That was one of my favorite things about attending an HBCU. Like, you can't homogenize our experience. There and it's going to be beautiful no matter what it is. So to their point of, if you're a Black person who grew up on Neptune, is it going to be the same isms of an experience as a Black person from Earth? Not to the T, no, but that doesn't mean that because it's a Black person in space that there's not going to be nuances to their experience also. So it's just kind of like, what I don't get is why every other culture like leans into this, but as soon as we're talking about the difference in the Black experience, then everyone wants to bring up the, oh, well, this is the same thing as dealing with, as a American Black person talking to a African Black person saying like, oh, why don't you know where your people come from or where you're from?
Yeah.
It's the same type of thing. Like, you can't put a label or a limit on what someone's experience is, but that doesn't mean that I don't still want to see something authentic to my experience. So
yeah,
both things can be true at the same time. It's just neither negates the other.
Yeah, we should want diverse, authentic representation. And like you said, we're in different socioeconomic backgrounds. Everybody's gonna have a different experience. My thing is always that, unfortunately, when you do see these stories, that's not happening at all. They'll still replicate the systems that we live in, and then create this character that, I don't know, it doesn't quite fit.
It doesn't translate, or the worst of it is when they do try to convey Blackness in some type of way, and then you're going, oh, I know that wasn't one of us that wrote that.
Right. That happened with, what was that comic called? Omni. Oh, have you ever read it?
No, I haven't. I've seen, I can picture the lettering, but I haven't read it.
Which is the scientist.
Yes. Oh my goodness, it had a fantastic premise. wonderful black doctor who like was able to be omnipresent because she used multiple intelligences, had a fantastic premise. And then there were some things that were said in the dialogue, and I was like, I'm willing to put money on it. Not only did a black person not write this, a white woman wrote this. And I was right. Which is so unfortunate because she, like, the character, the premise was wonderful.
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful. And they ruined it in so many ways, so bad to the point where the second volume is actually done by a black woman, Melody Cooper. And Melody had to she had to put the whole thing on her back and tried her absolute hardest to make up for what happened in volume 1. And she
So if
shouldn't
you're
have had
gonna
to do
cop
that.
the story, make sure you get that omnibusy.
Oh, you right. Did I pick up? I didn't pick up one yet. I'm gonna pick. Yeah. Okay. Omni. That's the name of the book. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can like get the first volume from the library, but like buy volume 2.
Buy the completion one that has both volumes in it. And
Okay.
while you're at it, get it from Sister Sci-Fi because I know they sell it.
That part.
That I feel like that cancels it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, for that book, do you feel like that character could have just been a white woman and it would have been fine, or were there so many points that they made it they were trying to do a black character from the jump, or did it feel like it was a woman that should have just been white and not done all the acrobatics to end up fucking up?
I think that's one of the things that had us really, especially heads on a swivel when we were at San Diego Comic-Con, because a lot of the times that we were seeing this where it was a main character of color, but it was like, I see my people, but I don't see my people. A lot of those times we're looking at it and it's like, there really was no reason for this other than you think we look cool, so that's who you decided to put in there. But none of the, there was, outside of that, there was no effort towards doing that. A lot of the times it's like, if you did do a swap of the characters, how they present physically, it would be like, okay, still a cool story. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's literally I love that I overuse that meme / sound. It's provocative. It gets people going because it's literally like, that's the energy that they come with, because it's like, oh, you know what would make this more edgy? Make them black. Give it hair. Yeah.
And that's where they fall flat.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is quite literally nothing else, or there'll be something very minimal. Like they may have one reference to like hair care that they got from like a TikTok or some shit,
You know what?
Like,
What is happening in the chat?
They Omnibussy. I don't like boys. Omni Cookie better.
No, we call them all Omnibussy. That is a gender neutral term over here.
Yes.
Because the fellas got some of the fellas got bussies. It's you ain't never heard.
It's a book. It's a book.
It's a book.
It's a book.
I had another thought. I don't know if this makes it better or worse, but maybe they were just trying to help and said, you know what, we should make her black. That'll show them.
You know what? That's the reason behind. So I ended up looking. I was like, well, who created Black Panther? And we know it's Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, right? And the reason behind Stan Lee doing it was because he was like, he wasn't seeing a lot of diversity in comics. He was like, this is my contribution to it. We're gonna create this character, and because I have Black friends, I should be my friends should be able to see themselves in comics. So like, on one hand, I understand it, right? And
Yeah, it's not
sometimes
always a malicious intent.
right. Right. Like I sometimes understand it, right? Especially during that time period where you look at who has access to that level in publishing, when you look at, a lot of things like I get it. However, in 2026, we are still having the same issues.
Same
You know what
conversation.
I'm saying? The same conversation. And that is where my problem lies. Why are we still, why are these characters, you know, still being created? Why are we giving the IPs to these, to people who are not part of the community?
That they're representing. It's also the why goes both ways too, because I literally came across a Kickstarter that I won't name because we're gonna talk about some other great ones. And I was kind of like, what's going on here? Like, I feel a way about this, so I figured I'd just talk about it here. But it's a creator who has been working on his like action adventure sci-fi esque comic book story for a solid like 15 years. And he has his book on Kickstarter, and the MC is a white superhero, but the author slash creator is a black man. And I have seen the script flipped, if you will, about how it's like, oh, if I adhere to, these standards or whatever, it will make my story more palatable, more marketable, and more people will buy my book. And so it's like, give me 2 seconds, Keisha. Damn. So it's
I
like
know what you're talking
I
about.
understand
Oh
to
my
some
god.
degree, but it's also like it gave me pause because it's like 15 years of your life and it's your story, it's your baby, and you didn't want to like see yourself, or you didn't have a thought about how much more impactful you spending that volume of your life making a story would be for other people who might consume it if it was more representative of your community and yourself. So yeah, it's this is why the question is, I always try to play devil's advocate and pose the question in both directions to see if it creates the same visceral response. And in this case, it does for me, because then it begs the question, who are you writing the story for, and what does it mean to you, and who is it, who yeah, who are you writing this story for, and what does it mean to you to put these characters in the world? Like, what was the intention behind it? So go ahead, Keisha, I know you're itching.
So, hear me out. I'm gonna say something that will have you look at me and go, "What the fuck?" But just hear me out.
We need a
When
what
it
the
comes
fuck button sound.
Okay. I I don't mind seeing black and brown writers write white comic book characters in mainstream specifically. Like we've seen who was on here recently? Oh my goodness. We've seen people do it, right? And in my personal opinion, I don't have an issue with that because of what okay. I don't have an issue with this in mainstream because at the end of the day, it's a job. Also, when I see black and brown people, we are very hyper aware of the white identity and how it moves in society. We know what it is and what it isn't. We know white people on a very intimate level because we have to in order to be safe in society, right? So I don't mind that in mainstream if you have to. If I would prefer it, I would prefer you put that boundary up and be like, nah, I'm not going to do that. But I understand what people need to do in order to survive in society for now. I do have a major problem with it when it's indie because that's your personal IP. That's something you created. That's your baby. That's something that nobody can take from you. And to spend all of your time trying to dissect the white identity in your personal time, you know,
It's your
it's weird
business.
to me. It's not something I'll it's not something I'm gonna ever, invest in as a reader,
Which
as
is
a
why your
consumer.
book will be for the niggas. But you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it goes both ways. It definitely goes both ways. And it's like I love how you're like always like, well, for me in my library, for me in my house,
Yeah,
it's
do
only
what
going
you
to
want.
be these books. That yes. But it's also like there's just like there's nuance in your experience as a Black person, there's nuance in your intentions as a writer or a creator. So like where we will feel like, okay, why wouldn't you do this, or that's something that I would count against you or question about you. It's also like where are they placing the value in their story, or what was the intention with their story? You know what I mean?
I don't know if I'm playing devil's advocate or not. No, I'm not playing devil's advocate at all. Some people can only view success by measuring what is around them on a regular basis. Maybe all he knows is white superheroes in comics being successful, because that is very much what is.
Yeah.
That's very much what it is. And maybe his line in the not line in the sand, it's in the sand, but his being revolutionary is being a Black person writing a white. Everybody got their own shit. It's not me, but maybe him doing that is his form of revolution. I ain't with that type of shit. I'd be bored.
Another thought I had too was he's said he's been working on this story for 15 years. It's like maybe he feels like
that kind of
it would
time.
be, not a good idea to like 15 years down the line be like, you know what, he should be Black. I'm just gonna change all of this now and make him Black.
But
Or just start a new story.
Can I be rude?
Yeah, there's that too. There's that, but it's also like it seems like the most obvious answer when it's not your like issue to figure out. You know what I'm saying? And I always have to like reconsider my own personal journey as a reader and try to remember not to judge everybody through my current lens and consider like how I would have hoped. I'm glad that nobody like called me to task about the way that I was reading and what I was reading and who I was collecting and whatever before it occurred to me to even consider that and be mindful and intentional about what I was buying and who I was reading and whatever,
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just us girls having a gab.
Hey, yeah.
So say the thing.
If just because it's easy doesn't mean that no, I take that back. You've been doing this for 15 years, my guy, and this is what you came up with. You did a cook. I don't know if you have. Let me dial that back.
And right, and this is just me basing it off of the Kickstarter is up, and that's what you see front and center, main white character. I don't know any details about this story. This was just an example. So if y'all decide to be super sleuths and figure out who we're talking about, please understand that this is just based off of face value. All right?
Yes, it is.
I know how y'all like to tussle.
Yes.
Right.
It feels as though you could have been a little more. It sounds like it might be very pedestrian when it gets finally put out there, because I'm sure it's going to get funded. I
of course, when you pander
I'm sure
to
it will, but What are you saying?
Actually, it's not even an of course, because if he's been working on this story for 15 years and it hasn't come to much of anything thus far, maybe it hasn't been getting backed. Maybe he's just like, maybe he has other stories and he's just like, oh, I'm running this one back in between me doing other, like, who knows? I want to make sure we acknowledge some of these comments in the chat because y'all are really going in. Blueberries, anyone? Brayburn says, I'd be curious what story he's telling. Is it subversive? Does the character need to be white for him to say something he needs to say?
That's
Excellent
very
question. Because you have
interesting.
stories
Yes.
like Black Cotton that flipped everything on its head, and you
But that's
see
still about a black family,
it is,
majorly.
but
Yeah.
yeah, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. There's this comic out. I don't talk about it because it's one of those that I read it. It's by a black man. It's by a black man. I think it's like a small indie, but like they're well known. And it's called what, Junk Rabbit? And it's a white main characters. The premise, like you gotta, like, I think it's in a live. You got don't.
I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up.
Yeah. Like the book is such a mind fuck. And it feels like what Rachel's talking about, like where it's trying to be subversive in a lot of ways. And
Is it by Jimmy Robinson?
yes.
A dystopian comic book series about a hero who rises from mountains of trash in a world ravaged by climate disaster, blending elements of Swamp Thing and Rope.
It wants to be subversive, and what it does is just
Swamp
very
Thing and
off-putting.
RoboCop?
Yeah, it's very off-putting in a lot of ways. But this is something that's written by a black person that centers white folks, and like it wants to be subversive. It wants to, but if you interrogate it just in, like, not by a lot, you just ask like a 2 or 3 questions, it will fall. It will fail. It's one of those that Blueberries anyone is talking about. Like it's yeah. That comic made me go, oh, I don't like this when it's somebody's IP. What are we doing here? Like, this is your personal IP.
Huh.
And that's what we did. Cool.
Right. Yeah. Cavalon says creatives got to stand on code, especially melanated ones. And also says, got to get that man on a static joint, the books or the show. And that, that's a very valid point. Not that static has to be the core exposure, but that does make a world of a difference how you consume media if you are conditioned from an early age to appreciate seeing yourself in media. Like, that's why we push for it so much on all of our platforms, but the reality is that's not everybody's experience. That's why you have a lot of people running around screaming about a certain rainbow set of books and how it's the best series ever and that the author is so talented and all this whatever. And it's like, I had to stop getting so, like, immediately just wanting to vomit angry about it, because it's like, when you first get into reading or you first start reading, say you've only read 6 books, if that's the best book out of the 6 books you've read, then to you that is the best book. Until you start reading more and then you read something else and you go, oh, how did I ever think that was the best book? No, this is the best book. But then to me, it's like, I don't have to be upset. That just tells me who you are as a reader and what you're actually reading. So it's like,
or
okay,
where you are in your
that
journey.
where you are in your journey and what you are and aren't reading. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. And for those who don't know, because Bama put it in there, rainbow set of books, ? We are definitely talking about those Sarah J. Maas, a court
And
of
see,
whatever.
I wasn't even going to say that name on because we don't do that.
Because and Shell over on IG says them rainbow books will get you blocked. I will automatically question your politics.
Yeah, and not even on some like visceral hate. It's like you either are
Oh, no.
willfully ignorant or you're
Mhm.
not someone that I will find value in your content because we're not on the same level. And that's
Absolutely,
your
and that's
business, not
fine.
mine.
Right.
It's
Everybody's, they're in their journey in different places. I would love to say I wanna give grace, but for real,
no,
because of what's
no,
happened and
no,
where we are right now, like, where we
no,
are currently in society, the
no,
fuckery we are dealing with, I have
no,
no space, so
no.
agree, Shell,
There,
like, that definitely does get you blocked.
there. I was working at an establishment that I no longer work at, so I feel very comfortable talking about this. Um,
Oh, we
these.
did it?
Oh, okay. Looking her
I'll
up
talk
now.
later.
Who, me?
Tap dancer? Who's a
Tap
tap dancer? Wait.
There
Sarah
was a
J.
joke
Maas.
about
No, no, no.
SJ.
She not black. She not black. She not black. She no black. She
Uh,
no black. The they were the women in my office were very youngish. They were very much loved their books. They loved to read books, but as soon as they started putting this shit in the fucking chat, I was like, oh, I've read one of her books that has nothing to do with this. It was okay, but based on how y'all are acting with this shit, I have a feeling that this is very. If you don't think you're black, you're very comfortable with this book, or you don't want to be labeled as such, you would be very comfortable with this book, and that is exactly the audience that is very happy to read these.
yeah.
Very happy, and I'm talking 5 years ago, before, pardon me, excuse me, this round of fuckery that people are on. It's trash. It was a horrible book. I read a
1000%.
couple of pages, and I'm like,
It's not good. It's not a
it's
good
not
book.
good. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
good.
why
It's not.
if someone has to tell you just keep going until you get to book 4, then it gets good, then it's
Every
like
Do I need to go to a book
single one of
4?
them could not tell me when this book got good. They could tell me when the series got good, but not the book. Not one of them could tell me when one of the books are good.
That's
Yeah.
offensive. Why do I need to go through 4 piss poor / mediocre books to get to anything good? Absolutely not.
we're not gonna make it if that's what we're
No.
doing.
No.
That's bad. That's bad math.
Nobody
that
gives
is-
comics that kind of mm-mm.
You know who does? One Piece crew. They'll do it. They'll do it in a heartbeat. Love y'all. Kisses. Y'all are dedicated soldiers in
You
the
know
war.
what?
I can't do it.
This deep-seated hatred that people have for One Piece, mind your business, okay? We're not talking about
Okay,
what you won't do is
I have
slander
no feelings.
Oda Sensei in the Pink Riot lair, okay?
I don't hate it. I do think it needs to be investigated for cultish type of behavior. It's real weird over there sometimes. I'm just saying. That's all I'm gonna say on that. I don't hate it. I love Luffy. I love what they stand for. Go Pirates. But I just 1,000. I gotta get through 400 episodes in order to start to feel something for these motherfuckers. No,
you don't have to do nothing but not slander One Piece in the Pink Riot lair.
that's an ask.
That's all you got to do.
That's an ask.
As for me and my household, we are straw
it.
hats over
I
here.
love that.
That in this ethnic household, you're gonna respect One Piece.
You are going to respect. Okay.
Ooh, One Punch Man, Mr. Alchemilla. I'm with you. Al. I'm gonna call
I
you
love
Al.
One
Mr.
Punch Man.
Alkebalon says One Punch Man is greater than One Piece.
I love One Punch
I
Man.
can't speak to that because I haven't watched One Punch Man, so I love that.
Stop it! You haven't? I
Why are
watched
we acting
it.
like we're so surprised? And I have already told you what my anime
You know what?
experience
Hold
has
on,
been
hold on,
thus
hold
No,
on.
no,
far.
no, no, no.
That's why
wait a minute. I rescind.
This is why you don't hear me doing those comparisons. I can tell you I love One Piece because I've watched all of One Piece.
Yeah.
Do you hear me saying One Piece is the greatest anime of all time? No, you don't, because I couldn't tell you anything is the greatest anime of all time because I'm still very new in my anime journey.
I want you to watch One Punch Man.
I just also don't understand why people feel the need to talk shit about One Piece When
He
if
should
you
win.
love another show so badly, use that time to talk about that show. But just leave Luffy and the Straw Hats alone when I'm around.
I'm gonna do you a solid. I'm gonna do you a solid right now. I think I'm gonna try to redeem myself. One Punch would have been greater than One Piece if it didn't fuck up at around about season 2. This past season, don't talk about that show. Don't talk about that show. Oh, don't give that to them. Don't give that to them. One Piece actually does have it over One Punch. I rescind. I forgot. I had amnesia.
I genuinely don't care who's over who. I love One Punch Man, and I
No.
watch
I love it. The first season,
yeah,
love it down.
and
Going forward,
I'm gonna say, check it out whenever you want.
Yeah,
the list, my current must-watch anime list is very long, and I'm just taking my time and leisurely going through it. That's all I have. If you have recs that you would like to add to my list, I'm here for it. And depending upon how much I trust your taste will determine how far up the list it'll get bumped.
I'm begging you. I'm begging you.
That's all I got.
Begging you. Please. Apothecary Diaries.
Oh, I've already watched it.
Oh, girl. Okay. I forgot. We have
a waiting for the new season. We're good. We're caught up there. Yes.
Okay. All right. My bad. That's it. I'm out.
My girl is hilarious. The way she like spazzes out whenever she's like, oh, ingredients to make new poisons and trying to, love her down. Okay. Yeah, just period. Okay, people dropping Rex in the chat. Let us add.
Right. I think I'm gonna read One Punch.
My dress up darling. Okay, I'll add that on there.
Yeah.
Melanin manga hipped me to Dandadan. It is crazy amazing. Yo, the way that first episode of Dandadan had me going, what the hell am I watching? But immediately was back with the that's one where I'm a juke every time the theme song comes on, and I'm not skipping it, and I don't care. And the people who sing it are going to be at Coachella this year. Exactly, Kira. I'm shaking the titties. You can't help but hit every time. Yeah, every time. But yeah, they're going to be at Coachella, and I'm going to shuffle my life away. It's going to be a grand old time.
Bad.
Okay. Yes. Stuff. Okay. That first season was Stuff of Legend. Okay, I support this.
It was.
Yeah, the intro goes crazy, Mr. Al Kebalon. If you haven't heard it already, if nothing else, even if you don't even watch the anime, just go have a grand old time listening to the intro.
Yeah,
it's a vibe. It's a bop for sure.
I think the only anime I genuinely want to watch, and I think it's JoJo, but that's only because I want to hear. I want to, you know what I'm talking about, like
the cultural experience.
Yes.
Yeah. I just want to hear.
There's some that where it's like the lore is so deep in these internet streets where it's like I want to know what we're talking about. What's going on over here? That's literally the energy. So yeah, I feel you. But I'm also looking at that, having gone on my like One Piece binging journey has me being like, okay, how much am I willing to commit to finishing a series? Because I'm one of those, I'm a finisher. So if it's got hella seasons, I'm like, I gotta see how I feel about going there. I was one of those people who was like, oh, I'm never gonna watch One Piece. That's too many damn episodes. I had somebody be like, you gotta just rock with me, and watched it with me. And the vibe was immaculate. And then it was like, all right, we locked in. Like, I'm a straw hat. What we doing? And then that's it. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But it's also like, okay, how many of these am I rocking for 6 seasons of? You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, that's fine. I'm not judging you for not wanting to commit to all of the One Piece episodes, but I need you to not slander unless you're caught up. That's where I'm at. I can't. I'm not gonna. You're not gonna hear
Caught
me
up to
talking
the whole
about a show that I didn't finish and can't speak on. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Ooh, okay. I have
got
a
up.
question. I have a question for you then.
Okay.
So, do you ever talk about books that you don't finish?
If I don't finish a book, I will say I DNF'd it because so I can't speak to if it gets better. That's my favorite line.
Different.
What do you mean? There's nothing wrong with saying I DNF'd it because, but like to be like, oh, One Piece fans are tripping. You can't understand why we're crazy about One Piece because you ain't finished. And that's fine to say I DNF'd I couldn't finish the series because I couldn't get into it. That's fine. It's also like the series started in the 90s and it's been going for forever and it's gotten progressively better as it goes. Like, I'll be the first one to tell you that it takes damn long to get to Wano, but the art style legit changes when you get there. And then it's like, damn, this is a totally different anime, but I still fucks with it. Like, if they could go back and make the whole thing in the style of how it is now,
that would be fucking bonkers.
But they're literally repacing it right now. So, like, that's another thing too. Right now, they are repacing it because there's a lot it does have pacing issues where it's like, damn, how long are we gonna fight this dude?
You don't fucking say.
Yeah, 100%. But that's why they're condensing it. So, like, it's the same story. You're not going to miss anything. They're just fixing the pacing problem. So that's why it's like, if you haven't been into it already and you're not caught up, I'm like, you know what? That's fine to say. I couldn't get into it. It was taking too long, whatever. Because it does have a lot of episodes. It does have a pacing thing. But if I'm going to recommend somebody watch it, I'm going to wait until they're done doing that with the pacing. Because once you're locked in, you're like, I don't care what's happening with that because I love the characters. It's really that awesome story. There's always something crazy wild happening. We get new environments every time. It's a different arc that introduce more characters to love and more backstories that have you crying in the club. So, period. But you won't hear me slandering a show or why I don't get why these fans are going so crazy. You can't say that if you haven't finished it because you haven't gotten to fall in love with the characters like we have.
Man,
I haven't watched One
forever,
Piece,
and that's on period.
I haven't watched One Piece at all, but there was a time where, and I don't say anything about it because I don't know nothing about it, but whenever I see someone make fun of the pacing of One Piece, I send it to Bree. Like,
and I laugh because when I first started watching it,
like,
I was
there's
like,
this,
yo.
Yeah, there's this there was these reels, I guess, from like this restaurant. They were making burgers and they were showing how they make burgers, but literally every single reel is like some slow ass. So like he would like roll butter on the bread on just the top part, and that was like a full 30-second reel, and that was it. I know I'm not explaining it, but like it was done magnificent. It was hilarious, and that's the only stuff I've ever said. But yeah,
Lord.
This is also why the person who told me to watch One Piece was like, start there so you have an appreciation of like what people who have been rocking with the fandom experience as it gets better. Because they were like, if you start with, say, like a Demon Slayer, then you're getting like, I know this is very cliche, but that's when everybody knows. If you're starting with Demon Slayer, you got like peak animation. It's got like multi-layer stuff. There's like all this interesting stuff happening. The pacing is pretty like punch, punch, punch. There's always something happening, whatever. You're on to the next one or introducing new characters or whatever. And it was made when animation was at a different place and with the understanding that the peak audience, the main people they're making this for, are people whose attention span is this fucking long because of social media at this point. So it's like there's a huge difference in I can go binge the whole series right now versus, damn, I gotta wait until next week to watch the next episode. Imagine going through that many episodes on a week-to-week basis. It's crazy. So you can't, to me, it's like, it's apples and oranges. You can't compare it in that way also. Anywho, we're at 6:22 and we haven't talked about anything else. And listen, I will stand on that One Piece hill.
That's cultish activity, but I understand what you're saying, and I hear
We
you.
all have that one thing that we will not. We all have that one thing that we just right. And I got
I'm
some
not
things.
gonna hold you. I know my cult colors for sure. Which is why I say
the way that a Star Wars fan will literally be like, yeah, we don't talk about episodes 1 through 3. Like, what you mean?
No, 6 through 7 through 9. 7 through 9. No, 1 to 3.
Really?
We cool. 6 through 9. Fuck no. God damn. I don't know nobody. When's the last time you heard anybody talk about the rise of Skywalker and didn't make a face like
You know? So you have the core, the first. Actually, we're not even gonna do that. We're not even gonna dignify that with the explanation of what's going on there. But you talk to different people in the fandom and they have problems with parts of the fandom. That's just the nature of the beast with any fandom. So but yeah,
you're always gonna find somebody that don't know
I find it really interesting how fandoms operate. Just in general. It's fascinating watching people as a collective get together and, you know, determine what's cool, what's not about things, and how race and politics also are involved in all. I find it super fascinating, and I genuinely am intimidated, and I hate fandoms.
I'm like so finding serious. Your own home. It's finding your freak flag.
It is. It is. It is like, and it's really cool. Like, okay, Saga was my thing, right? And anytime
we won't be taking any Saga slander for sure.
None at all. None at all.
You actually can't.
You can't, right?
The only bad thing you could say is about how long they took to restart again. That's all. That's the only bad thing you could say about Saga.
I won't even say that. Take your time. Go enjoy life. Come back. Give us greatness. I don't care. You know, I'm going to still be here. I'm going to still buy it when you come back. You know? But I just like...
Ooh. LT says, our fandom's basically a reflection of humanity's tribal instinct. Yep.
Yes. It's so fascinating to watch. And see people just like go into hysterics over like minuscule things, or like it's a joy to watch people like at their like it's where we allow people to just
just want to belong and feel like they're a part of something.
Yeah.
You know?
I like the good parts, but it also shows like the not so great parts of society.
Yeah, because just like in any group of humans, there's always people who take it too far. There's always people who don't have social filters or boundaries. You know what I'm saying? So there's always going to be someone who's not a good representation of the fandom. So it's like just like there's good and bad people in any group. So you kind of just got to take it. But what I will say is, the fandom love was so real at San Diego Comic-Con. I am very much like, me and Keisha were like co-cosplay baddies at the con, and we both also did like our own closet cosplay versions of things. So we were Pinkie Pie and Applejack one of the days. And
that's a big fandom I'm part of. Y'all can't tell me nothing about My Little Pony.
Literally.
My Little Pony is one of the greatest pieces of work to me. I don't care what you think.
And that's on period. And we got so much love for our cosplays. Like, the number of little people that wanted to take pictures with us was excellent, top tier, because really that's who we're getting dressed for anyways. And then we also went as Raven and Starfire, but it wasn't like your typical, like the most popularized version of their fits. So it was very peak for us to have people who knew the exact reference and were like, yo, are you? And I was like, yes. Yes, I am. Yes, we are. Yeah. So it's like, let it be. Period. Okay, you know what? Period, Bama.
Okay, my favorite are the Cutie Mark Crusaders. I love them so much. They are not part of the big six. They are their cousins and little sisters, and they are just the sweetest. I cry every time I rewatch when they get their cutie marks every few months. It's wonderful. I bring up My Little Pony when I talk to my kids all the time. Like, friendship and love, baby. Find your passion. Get your cutie mark and shit.
Oh, she get. Oh, wow.
I'm so serious. I love My Little Pony.
Girl, your whole skin tone changed.
Yeah.
Yes, I love My Little Pony so much.
Oh no.
Voice change. I love seeing Keisha like curl up into a ball and then blossom into a flower when she's excited about things.
Yeah, I'm not like all darkness and wonderful. Like that is a bright spot in my life. I love My Little Pony so much. That and Pokemon.
Period.
I'm definitely a Care Bear girl. I definitely
love that for you, babe.
Some tender heart, and I love Swift Heart. Swift Heart. I didn't give a shit about the main motherfuckers. I was about the cousins. Swift Heart fucking Rabbit is my nigga forever. I don't want to talk to nobody about nothing else. He's the fucking best.
Nothing.
That fast ass talking motherfucker. He was just gone and happy and chipper. Oh, it's my whole childhood. That's my boy. Matter of fact, where's your blue ass at? Oh, he ain't in here. He ain't in here. It's fine. He's back there somewhere. He all right.
Fair points.
Oh, this is my favorite guy in the world. For those who are listening, this is Oshawott. He is a Pokemon, and you only see him in Pokemon Black and White. That's where like you learn about this generation. It's my favorite generation of Pokemon. This is where you get Gothitelle. This is where you get Oshawott. This is where you get like it's really badass. And this is where we also get our first Black gym leader named Lenora. She's the second Black gym leader.
I heard about her.
Normal type. Yeah, she has a normal type gym. Badass. And then you know how Ash is always hanging around, he has like his little group or whatever, right? The group that he's with, there's this one Black girl or girl of color, and she wants to be a dragon master. So all of the Pokemon that she collects are dragons. And it's my favorite.
She Khaleesi.
It's my absolute favorite series.
Oh, I like that. Oh,
my favorite Pokemon is probably Eevee.
I want you to look up Gothitelle. She's my second favorite.
Yeah. Almost done.
Okay, just hear me out. I know that you said you're not doing any cons or whatever, Kira, but this is a Pink Riot exclusive. Your girls will be at DreamCon. Yeah. And another very cool element of this is DreamCon is in Houston, and that's where my sister lives. And she is a tattoo artist / yogini. And one of her things is she's trying to tattoo all of the original Pokemon on people. So she literally has like a poster in her shop that shows all of the Pokemon that she has tatted, so she can like catch them all in tattoos on people. So I don't know. I feel like we've been talking about what our Pink Riot tattoos would be, and it just seems very fitting for us to get them from my sister while we're at DreamCon. So I've been trying to convince her, like, if she's applying, so that hopefully if somebody from DreamCon sees this, let my sister tattoo at the con. But if that doesn't happen, I definitely want us to have a tattoo party so we can get
Hell yeah.
tattoos.
I don't have any tattoos.
I feel like that's another reason for you to come to DreamCon, Kira.
I don't think I should get a tattoo of a Pokemon as my first tattoo. I'm not even in that fandom, bro. I love me a Eevee. Don't get me wrong. All right, okay, here it is.
I get what you're saying. Like maybe
Here
your
it
first
is.
one would be Star Wars.
Yeah, bruh. Do you understand what? Okay.
I get what you're saying.
So, I have a yin and yang symbol. One is it's going to be water and fire, and then the two dots in the middle are going to be, it's either going to be a sun and a moon, or I can do Star Wars symbols. And I'm not going to do some cliche shit of like the rebel versus the empire type shit. I want like a Mandalorian type shit going on.
And that's fitting. That is fitting.
Nice.
But it's big, and can I cuss?
Yeah, we're over an hour and a half in. You're good.
Okay.
Go for it.
I want it. It's fairly big, but I'm pussy. So I don't know if I want to do that. And if I did get that, it'd be multiple sessions. It wouldn't be like, no, it ain't gonna be some bitch shit. Like I want
as your first tattoo.
Yeah, my only. If I ever got one, I'm getting one and I'm good.
You need a small one.
Everybody says that.
Yeah.
No, you know why? I like my skin, and I don't want to do it more than once.
Yeah,
I don't have the urge.
You say that.
I hear you.
As someone who doesn't have one, and then when you get one, you go, I might as well. What's that meme? Like, well, he's gotta have a friend.
I would I would maybe add to it if I did anything, but I wouldn't.
You're gonna end up with a sleeve. It's okay.
No.
My first tattoo is on my back. And what's wild, it was hilarious. Okay, no, I'm not gonna do that. But my first tattoo is on my back, and then like the rest of them are fairly big. After that, like after I realized that, I was like, oh, I can handle this. This is light work.
Some old gangster shit.
Yeah, so like this one that's on my hand, I forget that this is here, but it goes all the way up my arm. And then I have a lot on my right arm. They're kind of spaced out. It's not like a full connected sleeve, but I have a bunch there. And I think I have one on my thigh. I do.
I think.
Right. My biggest one covers the top of my right foot, but I have 6, and they're all fairly small.
Not the feet. That hurt.
Yeah, they said that was supposed to be like the most painful place because of all the little bones, but I don't know. Thug life.
I'd rather get a tattoo than piercings ever again. And this is someone who got like all kinds of piercings on my nose and my ears and stuff. I'd rather do tattoos.
Y'all, shame on you, Keisha, because the last time we were together, Keisha was like, yeah, you should totally get your septum pierced.
It's the easiest piercing. You won't feel it. It's one of the easy, like if anyone's ever gonna get one, start with a septum. Don't feel it.
You're a liar.
You're lying.
No, I'm so serious. I'm so serious. Don't get your nostrils. Those hurt. For me, they hurt. But your septum is very easy piercing. I'll take that over my ears, my nose. It was the easiest out of all 12 that I have. My septum was the easiest. I laughed afterwards.
I laugh in the face of danger.
I hate you, bros.
Oh, wait. Did y'all hear Issa Rae's going to DreamCon?
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, oh, you bitch.
I'm gonna be like,
Why you
don't
doing this
you
fucking
need
year?
don't you need a girly pop comic book podcast on some of your media platforms? Don't you wanna love us?
Don't you need
would
like
be
somebody
dope.
to help you find new independent stories that you could like, you know, help positively boost
Yeah,
onto
Mm.
your platform in
like
a
I think it's
podcast type of
time that
way?
you like segue into sci-fi and fantasy, and I know where you should start, babes.
I got nothing. I'm awkward.
And literally, her first foray was awkward black girl. So
Right?
I will do the
Right up her
talking, and Keisha will be like, "I've done the research," and that's what really sells it. I reel you in, and you're like, "Here go the facts. Don't you want to love us?"
to
It's a
tough
proven
and
That would
method.
be cool. That would be cool to like have that conversation.
Like, what are we talking about?
Jesus. I really wish I was fucking going. This is the second
Also,
fucking year.
just another reason why Kira definitely should go to DreamCon. They're doing a voice
I know.
acting competition there too, and I immediately thought of you.
Dude, you don't understand. So I wouldn't even I don't oh bruh. When they said that, because I
I
sort
just
of
know
thought-
you would
I sort
get
of
it.
kind of
That
I
is
sort of
such a cool
you know
story.
I'm one of the first people that interviewed them at DreamCon, right?
More
Their
reason
first
for them to like pick you now.
Right?
I
Since you've
I
already done some voice acting, like you did it with the Gray Midnight Comics.
I have a whole reel. I'm afraid. Look, bruh. So we'll talk after the show.
Okay.
Okay. I wanna no because I don't know. All right. So first of all, I love and Carl down forever. I will never ever besmirch, slander, or disrespect them in any way, shape, or form. So with that said, I ain't gonna never talk about them without their knowledge. It feel I love them. I love them. I love them. Oh my god, they're so fucking adorable together. See, look, geeking out. I love them. No, like in a room with them two, I understand what true love is. It's not, it's like, and it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I love them. It is. It's crazy. Anyway, we'll talk after the show. Because,
Okay.
yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nothing big at all, I promise.
Well,
but wait, are y'all going to DreamCon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did that wait, did you tell me?
That's I literally
No,
just
you just said it. That's what she was asking you. We were like,
That's why I was asking you.
wanna...
I literally just announced
Yeah.
it.
Motherfucker. God damn. God damn. Oh, I want to go.
Oh, we want you to
Go,
go.
come
That's why we
on.
said it.
I don't know if I can go. I don't know if I can get the money together.
We'll talk after this because I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
It's the bro, no, it's the hotel. It's the hotel. The hotel. Yeah, bro. The hotel is as much as it is fucking here. And I that's why I'm like, bet. I can get down there, but where I'm gonna be sleeping on the street.
We'll talk offline.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk.
I shut.
No, that look wasn't for you. It's, my kids, they are older. And so I'm like, I turned and I just saw this person standing there. What was one of the children.
Oh, right. I had you. Oh, you're here. I forgot.
The minions.
Oh Lord.
Okay, you guys.
Yes, ma'am.
My pulls this week are very small, so I want to do those real quick before we get out of here. Obviously.
Okay.
Roots of Madness, issue 5.
The final one.
We know. No, I thought there was one more after this. There's a 6.
Okay, I was gonna say okay.
Yes. So issue 5, we got both variants. Juliet NECA does it again.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning.
Wait. Twin.
Hey.
Oh, I gotta go to my comic shop.
Y'all. And then I got Wonder Woman All In 31.
See,
Nice.
we can pick it up. Tom King, right?
And I got Black Panther Intergalactic issue 4.
I can't wait to read that. I
How
cannot
is
wait.
it?
I
'Cause I
haven't
keep
started
wanting-
reading it yet.
Okay.
This
It's
was
Victor
something that I
Laval.
was buying about. Yeah, it's Laval, so it was gonna happen regardless.
Oh,
And then I got X-Men of Apocalypse issue 3. I want to say this is Maria Wolf. It very much looks like her art style. But yeah, y'all know I love X-Men. And then I got
sorry.
what'd you do? What'd I miss?
I almost dropped something.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I got Super Visible, the story of the women of Marvel Comics.
Oh, nice.
She's a chunk.
Nice. Yeah.
Work.
And then I got The Music is Black. And it's about like different genres of music and black artists from the UK. And
I was gonna say something, but I'm not trying to start nothing.
Start it.
What?
Start
What?
it.
Since when
Start
do
it.
you not say what's on your mind? Get out of here.
Okay, so me and my husband, we were talking about rap and like and hip hop and all of that. We have this whole theory about like different rap artists or hip hop artists and who's considered what and all of that. And he loves he has a really good he loves UK rap.
Okay.
And I cannot wrap my head around it. I can't wrap my head around UK rap. I struggle with it so much. Not all of it, but like a good amount of it I struggle with.
Is it because you just can't get behind the accent? You can't take it seriously? What's going on with that?
No,
That seems like a really generalized thing to dislike.
It's the
Wait, so you don't rock with Little Sims?
I do. That's why I said it's not everybody.
Okay, I was about to say
not everybody.
Is it like a mumble rap type of feeling?
It gets close, and it's the cadence. It's how they chop up the sentence in order to get their meaning across. It just hits the ear.
Mm.
Yeah. It's the percussion of it that bothers me. I'm like, all right. And it all, I guess they probably say the same thing about American rap. It's like it all sounds.
Yeah, they probably can't stand like boom bap because it's like
right. Yeah.
I mean, but that's
Yeah.
But it's not everybody, so it's like
it's not everybody, and I have an appreciation for how it's evolved and has moved worldwide. It's just it ain't for me. But I think
that's why I was so interested in the book, because I was like, dang, I guess I don't know a lot about Black music from other places.
Yeah.
And y'all know I've been in my build my analog media library bag. So it's very much like, oh, I'm curious. I found a French artist who I am absolutely obsessed with. I don't know a single word that she's saying, but it haunts me.
Who?
I love it. Nelusi. Is that right?
That sounds familiar.
She has, hold on, let me pull it up.
Because I love Black French artists. I don't know why.
I literally just got the Le Nubian vinyl.
Oh.
Remember them from the 90s?
I was
Mhm.
They're
there.
finally
Yeah.
on vinyl now, and it was blue, and it was limited edition, so I had to cop it. But yeah, I like came across this artist on Instagram, and the video was like, and then I actually listened to the song, and I was like, and if I hear your song and I have to listen to it over and over again, like 6 times back to back, and I don't know what you're saying and I still love it, you have a gift. Hold on.
Hold on, there's a lot happening. So in IG, Shell says that guy that sings got me into French music.
Yeah.
I'm not
Became
sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, Became? Hold on. Let me look that up.
oh,
Cause who got me?
that dude.
Oh yeah, man. Oh,
Yeah.
see.
Boing, boing.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that song. Is that the dude you're
I got
talking about?
into it. I think that's what Shell's talking about. Yes.
Okay,
So,
it
yeah.
is in Lucy, and the song is called "Leave a Message."
Okay, I'm gonna listen to it because
The video. Okay, I have to find the dang so on her IG, they posted a behind the scenes video of her making the video, and she's like standing on this thing. And so to clarify, she is a Sri Lankan French artist. So she's this stunning Sri Lankan presenting woman.
Mhm.
And then she opens her mouth and you go, I beg your finest pardon. But in the video, she's like standing in the middle of this lake and she's like posed or whatever. And then she hits this note, and then all these birds just come flying behind her. And it's the most majestic shit I've ever seen in my life.
All right,
So
definitely
you have
gotta
to listen to it.
Ooh, we should like start sending each other the international music we listen to.
Yes.
I got a few.
Immediately,
I have a
yes.
few.
I
I have
got
a
a
few.
few because I listen to quite a few from the African continent.
Period.
There's so much. Oh man, yeah, let's do that. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, LT said Havoc from the home of hip hop, so she gonna pick up the cadence. I not only because yes, I am from New York, but specifically, like I loved and this is something else I talked about earlier too at home. Like I love listening to hip hop. I love hip hop, but I also love um just how the community has evolved over time. And so
Yeah.
um when I was in high school, I was like in the 10th grade when 50 got popular, and that's really when I like started
Locked in.
researching all of this. Right? Everybody was locked in. The
Yeah.
same way everybody in Philly was like
Regardless of
Meek
where you
Mill.
were from or where you were at, everybody
No,
was
there was something it was something particular about being a New Yorker, being specifically someone who went to school off of Jamaica Ave. I went to school out there, so like
I'm gonna
being
give it to
that
you.
close to him. Right. Right. Being that close to him and stuff, like it was something different. So watching all of that, I started becoming obsessed about hip hop culture. Like that was my thing. And so yeah, I love hip hop. It has a very
Also,
special
just
place.
really quickly, I have to say this. Somebody in the chat earlier was assuming that you were from the West Coast. And I had a good laugh, but I didn't want to bring it up or interrupt because you were like on your soapbox at the time. But yes, you had it swapped. She is the most New Yorker you ever did New York. And I'm from the West
New York,
Coast.
nice, right there.
And see, no. Bree brought that up and was like, "Oh, you mean?" was saying that means mean. I'm like, that don't mean mean.
That means New York nice. What you want? You soft or something? What's wrong? What's the problem?
She's trying
You
to
don't like
say
the way that
this
I talk when I
to a
talk straight to you?
fellow New
What it is?
Yorker with zero filter.
What you mean? I have plenty of filter. I
Girl,
don't talk
where?
to you. When I do not talk to
Bitch,
you.
where?
That is not
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you.
I
I
can't
don't have to
believe you
talk
got
to you
on
at all.
Beyonce's
That's the
internet
turn off
and
switch.
lied.
That's the block. That's the filter right there. Don't nothing
Girl,
come past it if I
bye.
don't talk to you. You good.
You can't ask for a second opinion from a fellow New Yorker. Get that out of here.
Well, fucking what?
Get
Somebody did they not
that
say it
outta
clear the
here.
first time?
About what New York nice is? Did you see she just started
York
talking like
nice.
a bodega owner? Like what do you
What the
think
fuck?
that means, eh?
I don't got time for the bullshit. I need you.
That's
to
all
get your
that
shit-
means.
get the
That's all
fuck-
that means, right?
Bro,
Y'all see how
Yorkers
this
are
East Coast
kind.
shit, they just started.
New
I
York-
said I like 50 and they still ganging up on me. They just some shit.
No, all that means is that we're kind. We're not just gonna, we're kind.
there
We're
you
just
go.
not gonna deal with.
We're not
Thank
nice.
you
We're
for
kind as
being-
fuck. You
Correct.
can be mean and kind at the same time.
Eh.
Get out of here.
No.
Mean
that's called establishing
means
boundaries.
mean means there's an intention to harm people.
Correct.
And
And
that is
it's-
factual if you could have been nicer.
No.
No.
If I tell you it's right around the corner, now get the fuck out of my face and leave me alone. I'm very intentional about getting you to where you need to go. It's right up that fucking block. I told you once.
Oh,
I don't need to tell you twice.
And you didn't need to cuss at me for us to get there.
But you went the fuck on about your way, though. Did you not?
But you didn't have to cuss at me to get there. Y'all just
I
own
feel
it.
like sometimes we
Just
do.
own your shit. That's it.
Sometimes we do. Sometimes
Just own
some
your
of y'all-
shit.
Some of you, no,
Look,
no,
you
no,
deal with a lot. You deal with a lot in New York. There's a reason why.
Navy, Navy, come here, Navy. Because what y'all not about to do is have this New York hobnob gang up situation.
Okay, you know what?
And
Here's a better
Pound loop this
description.
bullshit back and forth to each other.
Description. If I'm in the middle of my pace and I see you flag me down, you could not speak a lick of fucking English. You know what I have done? I have literally walked from one end of the what y'all don't know how long this was a walk. One end of the fucking village on the east side, over in the lower east side, where it's just names. We ain't talking numbers, but we still in Manhattan. All the fucking way over to the west fucking village to get a motherfucker on the PATH train. Did not speak a lick of fucking English, but I was nice the whole time. The whole time. Pissed about it because I'm going a little bit out my way. But let's just fucking go, because I don't want you to turn into a whole fucking story by the time we get from point A to point B. It's out of my way, but let's just fucking go. Have a good day. God bless you. Da da. Bah. Done. Kind as fuck. Fuck. But fuck you for making me walk all the fucking way from the east side to the west side. With love. That's all. That's all. I didn't cuss him out. I was pissed, but I did you a solid. You're good.
Oh wait, hold on. They asking specific questions. Oh, you off the J train? Nah. So where I was in Queens, basically I had to take a bus to get to like the Jamaica Ave hub.
Oh
Yeah, and if yeah. And
you lived in a house. You lived in a house. You lived in a house.
Oh shit. Yeah.
With a yard and everything.
I did.
You had to walk at least 15 minutes to that bus too. Don't tell me you ain't have to walk.
No, actually, no. My bus stop was maybe 5 minutes from my house. But here's the thing. I took a Jamaica bus, like before it got absorbed into the MTA. So I was taking the brown buses. The 113, the 111, where you had to go from Far Rock to Jamaica Ave and Rosedale. No.
Some of these words.
They don't talk about. No, she was deep. She was deep in the cut. She was in the hood, not the hood, like the nice part.
No. Yeah, I'll be honest. I wasn't. I was in Rosedale, so like, if you know where
Oh
is
no, I
that
know.
mall? There's a mall out there. I don't know why I'm forgetting the name. Yeah, Green Acres.
Oh,
So I was out
that's
there.
not even. Wait a minute. That's not even New York.
That's Long
That's
Island.
a little
That's
bit of
Long
Long
Island.
Island. That's
Yeah,
Long
that's
Island.
Valley Stream. That's Valley Stream, and I will never say that Valley Stream is New York. But like, yeah, we moved out there. My family used to live in Brooklyn, and then we moved out there.
Got you. My cousin say that way. Yeah, nah, bro. No, you was good.
Yeah. But yeah, I went to school out in Jamaica Ave. So where?
I was gonna ask for details, but I'm like, what fucking school
For
were
those
you
of
at?
you who are listening, they're both making a bunch of faces as they're reading the comments about all of
Oh,
this.
sorry, my bad. My bad. I forgot. Y'all got people that don't like visuals. They just like they auditory. That's fine. I apologize.
People listen to the podcast heard y'all going, yeah, it was
definitely
like 5 minutes.
My bad. Apologies. Pardon. Sorrows. Prayers. Sorrows.
Oh, stop. We gotta talk, Regine, because that's dope. We gotta talk. Yeah. Not the Valley Stream.
People are in the chat are talking about where they live and also New York places, and that's what Keisha is now responding to. Jesus.
And the voice of God is jealous that she No, I'm fucking with you. You know I love you. I knew you. I gotta talk my shit. These bitches. That's New York, baby. Hey.
You know, it's interesting that you were saying that earlier. People never knew. Like when I went to college, people did not know I was from New York. They couldn't place it for some reason. It was like, oh, we don't hear the accent. I'm like,
no, what accent?
I don't know how that is.
Yeah,
you gotta say there's certain words that you say where it's like that's either a bit or I know exactly where you're from.
Coffee. Yeah, no.
Coffee. She adds a W to coffee.
Yeah. CAUWFFEE. Coffee.
Yeah. I hear it in talk and water specifically. What? That's when I can hear it.
Nah, I think my family weird. My family's weird. We don't like. I think I might slip up every once in a while and get a New York thing that comes out, but my whole house, no, we talk like this. There's no like, I think I hear something. There's maybe a little I hear something, but it's never been, oh yeah, no, you're from Harlem or you're from Brooklyn, the Bronx, whatever. A term coverfished? Yes. Miss Dash.
Hey, Shai. That's a hell of a term, coverfished. It's a work in progress right now. That's the best that we've got, but pretty much we're talking about seeing a book with a Black character on the cover and only to find out that there's no Black people on the creative team behind the story.
Yeah.
Also, we never talked about this, but doesn't she kind of look like Tiana Taylor a little bit?
She does. She does.
It's those bones, you know what I'm saying? That was like, wow, I want to put her on my comic. Also, forget both of y'all because that was all my comics I got this week, and neither of y'all said anything good to me about it. So
I did. I said twinsies. I said yay.
No, that was all the comics I bought this week. All of them.
Oh, really?
Wait.
I thought we had went on this huge tangent.
No.
That was it?
Yeah.
That was it. The only thing I didn't know was this.
See, she always got something in the cut. She always got something in the cut, though. She always got something in the cut.
But I can hold everything I bought in one hand.
Oh, shit. You okay?
Right?
How's that feel?
It feels awful, if I'm being honest. It feels like it was a light week, and people need to get on their jobs. That's what it feels like.
No,
Shout out
on
to
some real
Stephanie
shit.
Williams for making sure there's always something good and indie for me to have in my pools.
Correct.
That part.
Otherwise, this week would have been a bust. You know what I mean?
Bruh.
That part. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
made that post this morning.
Thank you, Brayburn.
I want more, bro.
What's next week looking like? Or have you
Next
seen
week
it?
is looking very similar. I only have like 10 things.
Really?
Only.
Yeah.
Honestly, it has dried up quite a bit.
And that's because I'm getting all of the variants of some stories right now. So it's not even like that's 10 different things.
A
You know what I mean? It's
progression.
just I happen to have I got to be on my variant vixen, but you know.
Well, this is the
outside of
perfect
that.
time to start, finding some other things for your collection in the backlist.
Well, it's also very much like we're building our show what you got. Show what you got. Ooh.
Cake
Nice.
straight.
Those who are listening, we have a very smexy, shiny cardstock variant of what is that?
Nightwing.
Yeah.
Cake
Why
straight.
is the view from the front? Where them cheeks at?
Okay,
That- I
that's
was
why I
about to
said
say
now wait a
that.
minute. I did say now wait a minute.
That's
Wait
what
a
I was about to
minute.
say also. Cake Grayson. You better, yeah.
Yeah. No, he good. Wait, let me see if there's any slander. They don't have any shots of him. That is what Mr. Cowan. I
To go
say
a
this
whole
respectfully.
Nightwing
I
issue.
need you to change your mind about the aspects. Pardon. Of,
You know what? The men folk get their fan service all the time. We're allowed to get ours.
That part.
Okay.
I see no cakes on Drake. There are no cakes on Drake.
That's just
like
rude.
not even like barely.
Yeah.
It's like maybe 2 pages of like a full body picture, but it's from the front. I'm not here for that. I ain't spend my money on this.
For that.
I know better.
All right.
Know better.
Disrespectful. Actually, I'm very curious. I also picked up Cyclops.
That's
issue
a
number
choice.
2. I'm trying to get into him because the slander about Cyclops is undeniable. So I'm trying to see if I was wrong about homie setting it off on motherfuckers.
You know, I have peeped that a lot of people are on this Cyclops bandwagon now. No shade to you, but like I seen a lot of love for him getting, being in the trailer for the next Who All Gonna Be There MCU movie. I'm like, where did all of these Cyclops diehards come from? Because I could have swore I haven't heard a thing about him.
Not a peep.
I'm not mad at it because like I don't have X-Men that I just hate like that for no reason. I just was curious. No. Where did this come from?
I've known of only 2, and that's in the last 5 years. But like they're legit. Like I know they down for the cause with Cyclops.
Yeah.
But that's it. 2.
Yeah.
I got the trade.
Yeah.
Yay.
Period. Okay. Keisha over here converting folks.
I love that.
I'm gonna read it this weekend.
For those who are listening, she's showing a trade paperback of Exquisite Corpses.
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to try to eat this weekend and see how I feel, and then continue with my journey. Yeah,
you will eat it. You'll inhale it, then you'll try to pick up the issues, and I'm gonna tell you to just hold off and wait for the full story because shit gets heavy in them 2 issues after the book you're reading, and that's when I was like, all right, I need the rest of the story in one piece.
One piece. Understood.
See, like when she just said story, there's no denying that. That's very New York of you to say it that way.
Say what?
Is it?
The way you just said story, Keisha.
Story.
You didn't say it like that time.
Story. Oh.
See how they just play in my face like this, y'all, and y'all just let them. Y'all ain't correcting nothing. Nobody said, you know what? Yeah, in the comments. Forget all of y'all.
I'm not gonna go against, brethren. I'm not gonna point out. That's very anti-black to me.
All right.
Astoria.
Y'all, we made it all the way to the end of the episode before Kira came for me being light skinned. It's sweet.
Not of a color. It's sweet.
It's a new record. It's a new record.
Hold on, because Mr. Alcabola said it. Go ahead, say it again.
Astoria.
Now you say it, Keisha.
Astoria.
Yeah.
Did we say it different ways?
You did.
Really?
We did.
Yeah.
I don't hear it. I really didn't hear it. I don't hear it.
Yeah. That's fair.
But that it is what it is.
Period, Regine.
Correct.
She said, listen, our accent is a badge of honor.
Everybody
and I didn't say that it wasn't. I'm just like, it's very obvious. I don't know how anybody could not catch it.
I mean, you had to be there, I guess. It's very anti-American.
Thank y'all for coming through.
No, wait, we have one more thing. We have one more thing we got to talk about because we didn't, and I just want to make sure everybody knows about this resource. And I hear it now. Dang it.
Yeah. You just said didn't so heavily.
Okay, I hear it now, and I'm trying not to hear myself. So, sorry, now I'm in my head. Okay. So, for anyone who is looking at Kickstarters and you're like,
okay, no, I heard it that time for real. I did. I was like, starter? You need a starter?
I got you, babes.
It's all right.
Our girl, Hot Havoc, compiled a list of Kickstarters by Black and brown folks for y'all to support and subscribe to. And she made a handy dandy list of them that you can access from the link in our bio to go support them. So yeah, are we going to talk about them or you just wanted to share it?
So just to let y'all know, it's in the description here.
Period.
It's also in our link tree. So it looks just like this. I've been adding as I go along. I've been trying to look on BackerKit and Kickstarter. Anything. I can't. I hear it now. Okay, so I've been trying to find as many Black, Indigenous, people of color who have Kickstarters up currently. So there are a bunch. They have links in there where you can go straight to, wherever the crowdfunding is happening, and then you can, just check everything out. We talked about this with a bunch of other Black podcastresses, and we found that we are struggling with finding a lot of Black women on Kickstarters. We're struggling with finding in non-binary femmes, women of color. We're trying to find more. Okay, so this unfortunately is fairly heavy in men. But anytime we see women of color, Black women, femmes, non-binary, I will absolutely make sure that it is on this list and we are hyping them up to the fullest. But we have what?
Did y'all put Fumes in there?
Yes, Fumes is in here. So we have just from the top, Remember the Church, Scion 2, Pug and Cat by Cami Cam Comics, The Monster, Blackenstein, David F. Walker, and all of these have been really good. Fumes 2 and Metropia Comics, which Fumes 1 was absolutely amazing. We had the Tales from Midnight 5-year omnibus, Y'all better go and support all of these, okay?
Tell your friends,
Okay?
please.
Because, Off Black is on here also, but unfortunately they did not make their they didn't make
The
their
goal.
their their goal, which was very unfortunate.
Is that the
So,
bottom?
nope.
I'm
So I
trying to
found an indigenous one, Death Becomes Her, issue 6 by Tribal Print Source, and this one, it is printed by an indigenous business, a tribal owned business.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, this is everything I found. Some of them are supported. Their
Is that
goals
the
have
bottom?
been achieved. Now it's the bottom.
Okay, I was just trying to see if one particular one was on there, and it's not, so I'm dropping it in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, and if you see any, if you know of any, please let us know. Not saying that this has to be the end all where everybody, finds their stuff, but like, come on. This is at least we want it to be like one of the places that people can go to go, oh, okay, I'm intentionally supporting Black and brown folks. This is some place I can go. All right.
I got one more for y'all I put in the chat too.
Bet. Thank you.
I dropped my link for
Absolutely.
the other one too. I've talked about Eton Comics before and their book
Yeah.
Howie, but they have another one that's sci-fi that's up right now called Zufan.
All
Oh
right.
wait, I got
So
one more for y'all. Keeper's Oath by Resolve Comics. I don't know where you want to put it. Hold on, I'm gonna copy it.
no. Put it in the private chat so
Yeah,
then
yeah,
I
yeah,
can just
yeah,
like
yeah.
copy and paste everything. Cause yeah, I understand why people can't. I understand. Trust me. Trust me.
Yeah.
Understand why people can't. But if you can, you know, we want these indie creators to make it through this really rough time, politically, economically. We need them to survive this time
Yeah. We talked
because
about cover fishing all for the first half of the show, and these are all projects who don't suffer from that issue.
Mm.
And we won't see more of
Mhm.
them if they don't reach their goals to keep telling these
Absolutely.
stories.
Absolutely. It's incredibly important. If you've ever read Toni Morrison's nonfiction, I feel similarly when it comes to the role of the artist, the role of the writer. We need artists, we need writers to survive these times because they are being censored. They are being, you know, ostracized. They are suffocating them in a multitude of ways. We
Mm-hmm.
need them to survive this. So if you can, please do. And I'm gonna get off my
Oh,
I'm a,
I will say, depending on how much time they have left, please,
Yeah.
even if you can't do it right now, bookmark it. They will
mhm.
Yeah.
send you an update letting you know when it's getting close to finishing. So if you don't
Yeah.
have it today, maybe you got it in 2 weeks.
Yeah. They
So,
have a little button at the bottom that says, like, to remind me, and then
mhm,
it'll let you know so you don't miss when it ends. And often, usually, they don't charge you until the end date anyway.
right.
Because I've done this where I didn't do that and I forgot, and then I come back later and I go, dang it, I meant to do that. So please click that button, take a peek at when they're scheduled to end, and then, like she was saying, prioritize the ones that are ending sooner that you want to
Yeah.
get, and
Correct.
then
Mhm.
maybe you can back the other ones later.
Mhm.
But you
Oh,
know,
Shell said I did one, but it failed, and I've been scared to do another. I get that because I backed several that have failed. I've also backed ones where they succeeded and then I never got anything, or
Yeah.
it took years. It it
I feel like
happened.
those are fewer in
yeah, they're
between.
Yeah,
fewer and
yeah,
far in
yeah,
between.
yeah,
But we're going to be honest with you about what our experience has been, so that
Yeah.
way you're
yeah.
not like, but usually, if you, I know some people skip over that and go straight to the items that you can get, but usually they're pretty good about giving a list of what their planning looks like, who they already have on staff, what the potential barriers and hurdles might be, so that you can kind of make an informed decision about like, oh, this doesn't sound like they really have their stuff together or whatever, you know what I mean? And what I will say is that the majority of the Kickstarters that I have backed have reached their conclusion point where they were funded, and I got everything back, and it was the highest of quality to the point where
Yeah,
I felt confident or comfortable buying something else from them again later. It's just
facts.
like with anything, you know, you do have those odd eggs that come about where it's like that was not what was intended. And usually I have seen it over the course of the time that I've been collecting, where you see people who didn't make it and they come back and they're like, okay, we didn't reach our goal last time, but we have a new game plan this time, whatever. But
And
you can't
that's
do it based off of an idea like, what's that saying, like, oh, what if I fall, but my darling, what if you fly?
No.
That's the energy you
that's
want to go
what
into back in Kickstarters with.
Shell says also. Just it feels embarrassing to come back and to my community and ask again. No, ask again because
No.
your
Yeah,
community has grown since then. We know
yeah,
about you now. Like we was just highlighting Shell's comic on our page. Um oh, please put in the time. I'm terrible with names. Y'all gonna understand that 1,000%. But put it in the chat. Like your community has grown, and there's gonna be more and more people talking about it. So what didn't work last time? You've learned something. Your community has grown, and now you can attack it at a different angle. Like we were also talking about that in the podcast group where we were like, we're seeing a lot of black women, a lot of black femmes and non-binary folks where there's while a good amount are being they're reaching their goals, a large amount are not. And we're like, there needs to be we need to figure out how to like work with each other to have everyone achieve their
yeah.
goals.
Yeah.
And support each other so that you can start off on the best footing. Because one thing that we
Mhm.
noticed amid that conversation and taking a peek at some of the trends that we were seeing was it's difficult, and we're learning this about Pink Riot right now, so please don't think that we're like on a high horse looking down talking about this. Absolutely not. We're all learning our industries and trying to maneuver them as, you know, new entities, and just trying to make the most of what our dream is or what our mission is, or, you know, whatever that looks like for you and your baby. But it's difficult to come in with the vision and execute and be all of the other things that are needed to make a success out of something like that. So like, we can speak from the outside looking in from things that we've heard and seen from other people's projects, but the core of it is we don't know that side of it. We know that it's a lot of work and it's hard because a lot of people have like whole teams to do these things. All we can say is from the outside looking in and seeing things that have succeeded and things that haven't, and also as people who back Kickstarters based off of what did I see that made me excited, what did I see that made me feel confident to like put my money here and that it might actually be a success, what did I see that made me go, oh, there was a lot of thought or research put into this, so I know it won't just be a surface level good looking story and not have any substance. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
who all is working on this team? We just had this whole show talking about, you know, cover fishing and whatever. It may not seem like it's worth the work to like do a rundown and introduce everybody on your team and what they do and what they
It
represent.
is
But
so
that is something
important.
that makes a world of a difference, and
Mhm.
it will make me go, oh yeah. You know how people be like, oh,
Mhm.
who all gonna be there? If I can scroll and see that it's all my people finna be there, I'm gonna pull up.
Facts.
It's like
Facts.
that. And you know, so you have to represent yourself. So in terms of saying like, oh, it's embarrassing to come back, I would use that as my superpower. Like,
Mhm.
We believe in this so much that we're coming back, and this is what we're doing different than what we did last time, so that way we can show
Yep.
up and show out. You know what I'm
And
saying? Like, I don't
and
think there's anything
Absolutely.
wrong with that.
and honestly, there are so many people that don't come back, that if you do come back, that's you're already going to stand out. Like, oh shit, I already seen this person. I saw this once before. Is that still going on? You have that is a way to reintroduce yourself to people and say, I'm really serious about this, but I need y'all's help one more time,
Yeah.
or two more times, or five more times. It doesn't matter. Get it
Mhm.
done. Speaking of the guy that's working on a comic for 15 fucking years trying to get it off the ground. If you
Yeah.
only tried once, beloved, I need you to try 3 times. I need you to try it
Right.
True.
at least 3 times.
This
Yeah.
is true.
And be transparent about that piece, because that's another thing too. People, it before I really got into Kickstarters, you feel like, oh, it's fine, it'll be there. And then you realize, like, once you've missed some or seen some not succeed or whatever, the case may be, like, what was that book y'all was talking about the other day? When I tell you, chick with the pink hair and had all the fun music reference variant covers.
Oh, dark pink.
Dark Pink. Prime example of this. Dark Pink marketed the hell out of their Kickstarter. You hear me? There was no missing it. The hype was real. Everybody knew. And guess who missed out?
Oh,
Really? I'll give you
Really?
one of mine. 'Cause I bought
Because,
3.
oh, thank you. But my point is, people will see the Kickstarter and be like, "Oh, I've been seeing the hype about this. It'll be there, whatever."
Mhm.
Then you miss it, and it wasn't even
mm-hmm.
intentional. That's why I was saying about click the remind me button so you don't mess around and forget and miss out on something. You know what I mean? Because and that might have been the case for somebody's project. Like, it
Mm-hmm.
felt like it's a science to, like, how you promote this, because some people see a ticking clock and go, oh, let me hurry up and get it now, and some people see a ticking clock like, oh, I got time.
Good time.
Mhm.
And it may have had absolutely nothing to do with the quality of your book. It was just the perception of the Kickstarter itself that just didn't
And
ring well enough, because, like, listen, they marketed the hell out of that book and I still missed
they
it.
did. There were
It
ads
felt it
everywhere.
felt like it was they did it for like a year and some change.
And that's
Yeah,
another
the
thing
lead
of
up
I think a lot of
was
people
crazy.
underestimate the lead up to a Kickstarter. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
something we learned from Midnight Comics is that you don't
Yeah.
just put it out there. There's a good 6 months of you just leading up to it before you even press for the
Yeah.
Kickstarter to go live.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you got to
Um
build interest and give your audience time to back you. Because we were
Mm-hmm.
talking about that when we had the podcasters this conversation. There was one that came up, and it's like, oh, they just put this up, but it's about to end in like
2 days
a
or
couple
something.
days,
yeah.
and they're nowhere near their goal. Like, you got to be. You don't want to give too much time, but you do have to give enough lead up for people to even know that it's there.
Yeah. 'Cause it's just like Instagram. It feels like it as far as like advertising go. If you
Yeah.
don't tell everybody or build up your base or build up how much, promotion for it on whatever, doing posts and shit,
Mhm.
it's just gonna sit up there. Nobody's gonna find it unless you have people like us actively looking for the specifics of your comic. It's
Yeah.
gonna
Or
get
you
buried.
reaching out to us, because a few people have, like, they'll reach out to podcasts before,
Mm-hmm.
and they do interviews. Like, if you are thinking about it, like, just talk to us. We can,
Please,
Yeah.
please,
yeah, at least point
begging
you in the
you.
right direction. Yeah,
Yeah, like everybody, we want y'all to succeed. If
yeah,
you don't succeed, at the bare minimum, we want you to learn so that you can
right,
continue.
right. Because that's what we really need. We need everybody to continue
Mm-hmm.
during everything we are dealing with. The
Mm-hmm.
artists must continue. The Black artists must continue. I'm gonna end there.
Last thing before we go, did y'all see that edit that old boy made of Sinners after they won the
Bro,
Oscars?
did you see Ryan react to it?
Yes.
Stole
No, I haven't
Breath
seen
was
any.
stolen from that man.
So I
Stolen.
as it should have been. So I reposted it. If you go to my IG, it's on my repost. But this dude, I don't want to say the name because I'm gonna butcher it. I feel like I'm gonna mix up the letters. I can't remember. But this dude made an edit of like clips from Sinners, and he put it to that Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar song, and the musicality of that edit is nuts. I would love for you to play it on here. If we could pull it up, that would be amazing. But there's like not a beat that's missed, and each beat has a sound from the Sinners movie, and it's like some of them are gunshots, some of them is like a breath in, one of them is like a scene from the juke joint, and it's like a hey. When I tell you, seeing that hey, I was like, let's go.
I don't know if you could. Hold on.
No,
you can't pull up repost.
Right.
No, I was about to say I can't pull up reposts on the computer.
I'll send it to you. Hold on. No, we're gonna pull it up on the screen, Kira. Hold on.
You want me to send it to you?
Yes. Well, hold on. I want the regular one to go up. 1 sec.
Yeah.
Oh, why y'all do that? Inside said that pushed me more into the that just pushed me more into the indies.
Welcome.
Like,
you will.
Right? Like most of my comic collection is indie. Now I'll say I don't have as much self-published as I would like, but a good amount of my collection is indie.
Yeah.
And I just find that you don't have to deal with as much, nonsense,
and
or
they're better well-developed stories.
Right. They're better stories all around. My collection is 80-20 split in favor of indies because I'm bored with mainstream.
Because it's the same cookie cutter bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I still like some mainstream. I do. Like, I mean, it's mainstream. Who doesn't? For real, it's going to cater to something about everyone. But, like, there's something special about an indie comic. Just not being censored as much.
Yes.
Okay, I sent it. What?
All right. No, you're just so excited. You're like, I sent it.
Because it's so good.
It is good.
Can you do the thing where it's like on the screen, but our faces are on the sides?
Yes. Let me see if I can. Who did what? You sent it to Pink Riot, correct?
Yes.
All right. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, it already.
People talking about their split is 80-20 versus 90-10. That's real. That's real.
All right, let me see if I can do this because I can tech, right?
You're a techie. Of course you can.
You got this, babes.
You did it mere moments ago.
Moments ago.
Who ain't gonna kill every last one of you?
Hey, admit to it.
Admit to what?
Can you close the comments?
Critics' choice is.
Oops. Let's try.
We've been going long.
No, I'm gonna let you.
We back now. What the hell going on?
Who ain't gonna kill every last one of you?
Hey, admit to it.
Admit to what?
That you did.
Critics' choice is. Sinners. Francine Maisler.
Sinners.
Miles Caden. Sinners. Michael B. Jordan. Sinners.
Love you too. Okay, I will.
Jumping that, swimming that bitch, jumping that fire, jumping that, hitting that fire, jumping that whip, jumping that bitch, oh, jumping that bitch. Damn, what you do that for?
Can't have some nigga talking about how he almost robbed the twins.
Beat him up, beat him up, beat him up. Beat 'em up. I was seeing double in the projects. Mad at myself, learn to put it to the sea. Mama had to cater for the coupe that we rode at the school on the way to Popeyes.
You hardwood? You boys twins? Nah, we
Nah,
cousins.
cousins.
Come in that bitch.
Let's go.
We've been gone.
That
Let's
motherfucker got a. He has a job. Do you hear
Right?
me? He got
Oh
a
my
job.
gosh.
Yeah.
The number of
Immediately.
people that were in the comments saying like, I know he better be on the promo for the next Wakanda movie. Because what are we
Baby.
talking about?
That was good.
What are we talking about?
No,
I'm like-
no. Let's do X-Files. Because that's the next thing that he's got coming up. Can we do X-Files, please?
Yep, literally put him on everything because we were just really a lot of people were saying they need to bring it back in theaters for the year anniversary and that needs to be the commercial for it. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Hell
Do
yeah.
it just like that. The lady who got that Mountain Dew or no, not Mountain Dew. Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
I have still
Yeah.
not heard this. I have not heard this song.
It's so
good
simple.
and nice. Doo-doo-doo. Did you see the dude who did the Taco Bell one though? I'm like,
What?
I want to be black in every lifetime. Do you hear me? Because the sheer ingenuity of everybody being like, oh, she got a bag, a couple million. I could write a jingle. Jingles abound. And they all hit.
You know?
I gotta get.
I hear that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Just one time. I don't need a lot. Just enough to get out.
Yeah.
Just enough to
Basically.
get out.
Basically.
Oof.
All of the
All right.
things. But
Yes.
please go support the Kickstarters. Please do your due diligence and don't fall victim to cover fishing. There's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
playing a nice round of Is This Author White before you drop your dollars so that you can make sure you're supporting the stories that you want to see.
Correct.
Yes.
Huge thanks to our girl, Lady Mandalore, for coming through to the Pink Riot lair and giving us a shimmy.
Yeah.
Please tell the good people where they can find you before we get on out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming along on this ride in this Pink Riot. You guys can find me, your lovely Lady Mandalore, on the YouTubes, the Instagrams, and the Twitches on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I will be giving you guys a little bit more insight and variety with your independent comics. 90% of them you will not be able to find in stores. You will have to go and support them through Kickstarters, ladies and gentlemen. But the occasional ones that just might pop up in a place called the internet, and you can just buy them directly online. Otherwise, yeah, it's just me and sometimes Mr. Navy Montel, if he's still in here in the chat, shooting the shit, causing trouble, fucking up motherfuckers on a regular basis. So please, if you are all about that, stop by for Room Full of Blurs. I haven't come up with another punchline
Right?
at the end of it. Yeah, but yeah, no. Bring your asses on in.
Period.
You know what? Threatening people actually works.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, threatening people actually works.
It does. I find, especially if you do it just like this, I think that you'll understand. I mean business.
Everybody has a humiliation.
These are facts. But we really appreciate y'all coming through and talking cover fishing and talking comics and Kickstarters with us.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to everyone of our Patreon subscribers. We love you down. We literally do a happy dance every time we get a new one of you in there. If you haven't already subscribed to our Patreon, head on over to the link in our bio and sign up. We do have a free 99 tier, so you ain't got to pay to kick it, Craig. But there are tiers, and the higher you go up in the tiers, the more access that you get. So, it would behoove you to drop a little change, because we be doing all kinds of things strange around these parts, especially for our
Uh-oh.
Patreon homies, they get sneak peeks, they get access, all of the things, and con season is about to come through, and that's where y'all are really about to get some behind the scenes tea. So don't sleep on the vibes. If you haven't already, like, share, follow, comment, subscribe Pink Riot Comic Show on all US platforms. We would love to see you come through there and, you know, like, tell a friend or whatever, because we're trying to build our community.
Comunidades.
We love to see it. We got the same energy on all US platforms. If you liked this episode today, you can scroll up, scroll down, and check out another one, because, you know, we be funny all the time and Kira be coming through or whatever. It's a vibe. We talk about everything between here and the sun, comics and pop culture and all of that jazz. It's a great time. If
Doom
watching
Department.
this episode is not your bag, you can skedaddle on over to Spotify or wherever you find podcasts and search Pink Riot Comic Show. And we probably over there, because it's like over 100 or something like that where we're at. It's like crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because Keisha's like a marketing genius or whatever. But I digress. So check out the podcast. Give us a good old listen. Give us a star rating. Leave us a comment. You know, whatever float your boat. Find your lost remote. We would really appreciate it, because we're trying to build our following. It's a vibe. And if you liked the live energy from today's episode, just know that we're going to be here at the same damn place at the same damn time next week, because we don't take no weeks off, because we love you and we love what we do. And before you do anything else, make sure you check out our merch, because those designs are going to change pretty soon, and we don't want y'all to miss out, because there's new
Pause
stuff.
before I forget. Float your boat and what?
Find your lost remote. It's definitely an Andre 3000 lyric, and I need you to step your cookies up.
Oh,
all
or
I'm
tickle your
saying.
pickle.
Ma'am,
Tickle your
it is
pickle is a
late.
good one for me. Yeah.
Yes.
Love you. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
I definitely found more. All right. How many variants are there?
11.
Damn. Go ahead. No.